Habari gani, Mainduga Nadada. This is your brother, your elder, your comrade, Abu Amin Ra. My brothers and sisters, I would like to spend a few moments with you, if you will let me into your hearts and minds, and try to stimulate you, motivate you, and guide you towards Pan-African liberation, a global African liberation, however you want to term it. But bottom line is the freedom and liberation of black people all over the planet, wherever they may be found, and by whomever they may be oppressed. But my brothers and sisters, we must develop an ideology that speaks primarily to our particular condition in the world, the space we occupy, how we are living out of the earth, how we love one another, what beautiful traditions we have that have flown down through us via our ancestors. We are a marvelous people, but we must stop imitating other people, utilizing other people's specific tools to liberate ourselves from them. My brothers and sisters, our primary task is to liberate every black African person on the planet. But we must first unify ourselves. We must come together on common grounds. We must study and show ourselves approved. Figure out what our specific problem is in the world's context. Don't let anybody else define what our struggle is all about. We have a very simple struggle. Let me outline our struggle for you in just a moment or two, or a minute or two, or three. Listen, the plight of the black man in the motherland and in the diaspora is that we have other people who've come into our motherland, stolen our resources, stolen our people, and scattered our people all over the world. And essentially, these are two oppressors who have done this to us. The first one to begin was the Arabs around the 7th century AD. And they're still doing it today. And in 1441, the Europeans, via the Portuguese, joined in the process of humiliating, oppressing, killing, raping our people and all the resources from the motherland, taking us to foreign lands and working us sometimes for 300 years without giving us just compensation. They extracted so much profit out of us until it caused the rise of capitalism. Listen to me now, my brothers and sisters. Those are our two primary enemies. We have a lot of potential enemies, but I'm talking about real-time enemies. The Arab and the white man. You see, my brothers and sisters, they took us into physical slavery to a land they had stolen from another people after they decimated them. And then they came into our motherland and pillaged and robbed and raped. Took all the resources. I think Belgium is responsible for the death of so many millions of our people in the Congo. Day of reckoning is coming. What goes up must come down. What goes around must come around. You still reap what you sow. But my brothers and sisters, we must develop an ideology that explains our situation. Not a complicated thing. We know who the enemy is, and we know we need to take back our merchandise, our resources, our pain, our suffering, get reparations from these people who have done us this way with our acquiescence to them. The Arabs and the Europeans. Then, my brother, they went into Africa and divided it up like a sandwich. Each little European tribe, a nation, or whatever you want to call it, was given, allotted certain geographical area, Africa, to exploit. So my brothers and sisters, it's very simple to me. What we must do is we must kick those out who are not Africans. We must develop the belief that Africa is for Africans. Then, my brothers and sisters, we must do whatever it takes after asking them to go. All the farmers, all the lands, all the mines that they owned, that they took from us. And we must kick them out and send them back to where they belong. Send the Arab to the wilderness. Send the European back into cold Europe. That is our job. We don't need Karl Marx, Lenin, and nobody else to tell us what our problem is and what we need to do about it. We need to unify on common grounds, black man. Then we need to do whatever it takes to take whatever they stole from us and make them fix what they broke in us. That's what our liberation is all about. That's what our world revolution is all about. Ain't got nothing to do with class. It's got to do with the stealing of our resources, both the physical resources, the physical and spiritual, the resources that we commit. The God Almighty, the one, the you who brought and created everything. I'm talking about the Mother God. It's all hers. So we need to find a way, my brothers and sisters, which is do it. Take back what they told, whatever they took from us, make them bring it back. Whatever they broke in us on the spiritual and mental level, make them repair it. There is no other way, my brothers and sisters. We can't forgive them because forgiving is a 3-step process. We can say, I forgive. That's one part. But they must be willing to accept that forgiveness. And the only way they can accept that forgiveness is if they have some remorse in their hearts. And the only way you can display remorse is you return what you've stolen and you fix what you have broken. So we know what that problem is. We know how to resolve it. You know we know how to resolve it. So let's do it. You got to do it. We can talk and try to get it, and if that works, that's good. But we're going to get it one way or the other because we must get it one way or the other if we are to survive into the next century. So once again, my brothers and sisters, Peace Hotel and Pan-African unity to all of Mother Africa's children until victory is ours. Amandla, Aluta continua, liberation.